Fed meeting, and the silver move is taking one stock with it. Silver Standard Resources, a pure-play silver mining company, rallied 8% today. Is today's metal rally a good sign for 2014? John Smith is the CEO and president of Silver Standard. He joins us from Vancouver. John, great to have you with us.
Good to be there, Melissa. I'm just glad you didn't put me in front of the Google dog or Google. That would be a hard act to follow,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. I'm going to ask you where you see the price of silver going next year. Bank of America is predicting 35% upside to around 26 and change in 2014. Where do you see it going?
I think it's substantially come down, and everything's cyclical, and the silver business is no different. And I think we're starting to see the bottom of the cycle. Nobody can ever pick the absolute bottom, but I think we're in that bottom region, which bodes well for next year and beyond. And my view with the quantitative easing and the tapering is that once we get that noise out of the system and things work more in a fundamental dynamic, I think that will actually be good for silver.
What's your cost per ounce in terms of taking the silver out of the ground? And can you further reduce that cost, so maybe next year as silver prices go higher, your cost will still go down, increasing that spread?
Yeah, so we're in Argentina. We produce over 8 million ounces per year. We're working to get down to $11 an ounce at the mine site for our costs, and effectively being break-even at about $18 an ounce. So we have some headroom to go. We've got plans to get there, and I think that will really position us strong coming into 2014. And I also seeing with the Argentinian government a move to depreciate the peso, which stands us good in a good position from a relative cash cost in US dollar terms.
John, if I want to be long your stock, what should I be looking for? What are the positive factors for me to be able to be bullish in your stock? Since this was a $35 stock in 2011, the S&P's probably rallied 500 points. Silver's probably where it was then. Stock is now trading $7, give or take. What do I need to happen for the stock to go higher?
Well, I think what we've substantially done the last couple of years is sorted out our mine in Argentina. I think is running very well and will continue to push hard in the cost structure. What we've also done is built a fair amount of cash in our balance sheet. We've got over $400 million ready to spend on a development or an acquisition opportunity. And we still have got one of the largest reserve and resource positions in silver. And that is on a range of properties all over the world. So we've got the resources, we've got the people that can unlock it, and we've got the value on the balance sheet. And I think the situation within the market and the way that silver is, we're just coming into the point of opportunity around distressed sales and positioning of people getting rid of assets that we can have a look at. So I think for us, we're uniquely positioned just now for the upside, and we know what we have to do to get our stock back on price, and we know the value to shareholders.
And in terms of industrial application, I mean, most of the silver is used for industrial applications. What sector should we be watching in terms of the health of one sector that uses silver the most?
Yeah, look, I think that's the big story on silver that, for me, is quite interesting. It's an old metal, but yet its applications are all brand new. I mean, it's all technological products from computers, television screens. They each use about a gram of silver in their making. And in the medical side, it's antimicrobial, antibacterial naturally. So you're seeing more and more medical applications for it in clothing and in tools and coatings that, again, is to the future. And from a renewable energy point of view, photovoltaics are a big player. So if you think about it, here's an old metal that's got 3 new applications that is going to enhance its consumption in the industrial side. Now, industrial is about 45% of consumption.
Right.
I think there's a lot of growth there to go, Melissa.
All right, John, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. John Smith, a Silver Standard.
Good speaking to you.
Pete Najarian, if you are a believer in the industrial story, should you be a believer in silver?
I would think that you should be, and I'm one of the
Would
people,
you?
But I'm not right now.
Would you prefer to play industrials over silver?
Yes,
Why?
absolutely right now. I look at the space right now, and I see what the activity is all over the world, and those that are exposed not just in the United States, but have certain exposures, especially right now in Europe, where I think they're recovering very well. Those companies are the ones that I isolate on the most.
All right, let's move on here. I've got a couple of deals in the chip space, so let's hit some unusual